Hey, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is your Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're broadcasting from the Rack Shack Barbecue Studios, and we're live at the Rack Shack in West St. Paul. I'm Keith Hittner Sr. here with Keith Hittner Jr., and you can reach us directly, 612-627-8000. Call in if you got a question. We're taking calls today. We're live and remote in West St. Paul. Kelvin Kaemingk, the money man, is in the chair with this week's tips on getting the best mortgage deal. That number, 651-231-2500, the best number of anyone ever, 651-231-2500.
Ever. It's the best number.
I love that
Ever.
number.
I love that number too.
I like that number.
Never love that number too?
I love that number. Okay, so in the studio we have Jessica, or in the restaurant.
In the
restaurant, we have Jessica Kinsella with GCS Title. Jessica, why don't you tell us a little background about GCS Title first of all, and then what your role is at the company.
Thank you for having me on. Really appreciate it. I obviously work for GCS Title. We were founded with the focus of not trying to be the biggest, but really trying to be recognized as the best choice in the title industry. We really want to be the first choice for the most reliable service and try to differentiate ourselves by showing our commitment to our borrowers, our strategic partnerships, and really helping our clients grow. More importantly, we want to be the last piece in the closing puzzle, being able to explain thoroughly the loan documents to our clients so they understand what they're signing and the importance of title insurance.
Are you saying sometimes people don't understand what they're saying?
Oh my goodness.
No, put your head down. Just sign here.
Yeah.
Sign here, go.
Yeah, don't read anything.
Yeah.
Just sign. But I mean, really, the most significant difference about the structure at GCS is that we have an entire team that's invested, trying to give homeowners, the best experience at their closing.
You said that you want to help your clients grow. What client are you referring to
Well,
there?
to us, I mean, we obviously work with we are a title company. We work with mortgage brokers and real estate agents and want to provide good service to their clients.
Okay. So what do you do in that effort to help them? When you say help them grow, what do you do in that effort to help them grow?
Well, other than the
Other than not screwing it up.
Yeah, other than doing a really good job at the closing.
Which is quite honestly a big deal, right?
I mean, coming up with marketing ideas and strategies for our clients is kind of one of my biggest focuses right now, and helping them come up with new ideas to get out there and show how great they are to their own clients. It benefits me, it benefits GCS Title.
So if I'm a real estate agent out there or a loan officer out there, and I've had a bad experience with XYZ Title Company, and then you come in, what can I expect from you that I would not expect from any other title company, Chicago Title, or one of the other title companies?
The nice thing about the way that we have GCS structured right now is that everyone is in teams. So when you call in and you have your specific closer that works on your file, and maybe that closer is in a closing or is unavailable, there's 4 or 5 other people that can jump right in, that know our clients inside and out and can give them the exact same service without you getting a voicemail saying, oh, I'm in closings from 1 to 2 and 3 to 4. So the availability is, I would say, above all.
It is, because so often, Keith, and you know this, when you're trying to get a hold of the title company, you do get the voicemail 9 out of 10 times. With GCS, they have someone answer the phone and they get to a team member, and now the issue's addressed, and man, that takes so much pressure off of us on our side to know that we can just talk to you.
Oh, absolutely, and not get an out-of-office reply.
So the way real estate runs now, we do business all around the Twin City metropolitan area. It seems like the local neighborhood specialist has kind of gone by the wayside as technology has enabled people to do a broader base of business. So convenience is very important to the consumer, to the loan officer, to the agents involved. Many are just one office shops, and so if you close in the northwest side and your property is in the southeast side, that's a problem. What do you guys offer in terms of flexibility with closing locations?
Our corporate office is in Eagan. It's a regular closing office. We have our production and our post-closing, but we also have our locations in Maple Grove, Minneapolis, Woodbury, Prior Lake. We really want to make closings a convenience for our clients. We recognize that having more than one location makes us more accessible. We all know that right immediately after closings, the buyers run straight to their houses. So making that more convenient for them just, I think, makes the whole transaction better.
So you guys are around, where are you? Where are your other locations?
Eagan, Maple Grove, Minneapolis, Woodbury, and Prior Lake.
It's helpful. So you guys have things all over the metro area for us to be going to. We're doing a lot of final walkthroughs prior to and heading over to the closing table. When you're cramming in, 3-4 closings in a day, it makes it a lot more convenient. What I really appreciate about GCS Title, and again, we're talking with Jessica Kinsella with GCS Title, gcstitle.com to find out more about them. What I really appreciate is the communication back and forth between the agent, our assistant in the office, Emily, and also Calvin's team at AMEC. And the fact that we work together as a team to marshal the transaction forward to make sure everybody's understanding when we need delays or we need to move something, and then the working relationship that we have that it allows us for you guys to be flexible for us and for our clients to make sure we're having those closings when we need to have those closings. And you do that by sending us out notifications throughout the transaction. Talk to us about the title work process there and the team members that are on the file. Who's responsible for communicating to the other side? You have a single point of contact then, or how does that go?
Well, obviously we receive our title orders and then the process starts, whether it be examining and then pre-closing. But we have an employee that does just scheduling. So she's coordinating closings that aren't closing until January already, which is so nice to have one person doing that, because in a transaction you have buyers, sellers, a mortgage broker, a listing agent, and a selling agent. So I mean, or a listing agent, buying agent. So I mean, you have so many people that are saying, "Oh, well, I have kids karate that day, I can't go."
Not to mention, they're arranging for moving companies and their insurance,
Definitely.
and getting kids registered in school and all of that stuff. Again, we're talking with GCS Title. With Jessica, and the call-in number is 612-627-8000, 612-627-8000 if you want to share something. I want to add, mortgage insurance or title insurance it's insurance, and so it's regulated. But you guys offer some good flexibility in terms of if you've got two-sided, if you're doing both sides of the transaction, and then tell us a little bit about what you're doing for first responders.
So the two things we have going on, when a buyer and a seller both choose GCS to represent them, we're giving them $100 off title. It just makes the transaction a lot smoother when we're coordinating both sides and coordinating everyone. And then we also have our Home Safe program, which is $200 off purchases and refinances for military, fire, police, and first responders. Basically, it's just GCS's way of saying thank you for doing what you do.
A kind of a cool thing there too. I called Charlie this past week. I have a pastor moving here from Wisconsin and said, "Hey, I want the title deal over here." To me, being in clergy, he's a hero, and he goes, "Absolutely, let's make sure we give them that discount." So also having access to everybody at GCS is great, and just their flexibility. We went through this whole TRID thing, and I was on the phone with Charlie, and he said, "How do you want our fees to look?" I mean, nobody calls me and says, "How do you want our fees to look? What makes it easier for you guys?" And that came as a result from Shelley and Jessica being in the office, us having conversations, and Charlie's on the phone. So it's an awesome team. We're so happy that we're aligned with them. So.
When you are engaged with a series of customers and you're talking back and forth, and the question will come up, what are my coverages? There's different levels of policy coverages and whatnot. Can you share a little bit about that, about which policies that you use and how many things are covered, just quickly?
Well, the most important portion of what title is the owner's policy, and that is something that a borrower or buyer has the ability to purchase or not purchase. It protects them from any defect in title that happened before they purchased the home. So let's say that the city was coming in and they were going to do new streets and roadways and they never told the new buyer about it. Now they have a $6,000 assessment, or easements, encroachments, anything like that maybe they weren't notified about. The owner's policy would represent them.
Okay, so with that, now the title, actual ordering of the policy comes from the lender, right?
Well, we get the lender's policy, and that's the mortgage portion where they're getting their protection that it's going
And that's
to be.
required, right?
That's required, yes. They
have
can
that.
choose that one, but the owner's policy, yes, is purchased by the buyer.
How often do you get an actual seller or a buyer calling you directly to order title insurance?
You know what, it happens quite a bit. I mean, but a lot of thing is just pricing, because it's the buyer's choice, really, who they want to choose for title, whether it be pricing or service or.
We had an issue just this year with title, and that
That's what
was
made me think of it.
with an encroachment in a utility easement, and it came up, and the title company that we were working with at the time, they would have had a discounted policy. They covered less items because of it. So we actually had to do a little bit of work to physically do some work to move a shed that was in an easement because it was a very important piece for that particular buyer. He wanted to make sure that he had all the coverages. So a lot of people don't even understand what title insurance is. If we can do a good job of explaining to them the pitfalls of not having title insurance. And then also, if somebody says, oh, it's fine, we'll just give you this, we'll still insure it, we'll just do this policy instead. Well, if you're working with a qualified agent or a great title company like GCS Title that's going to be able to explain to them the differences of coverage, it's huge for that buyer, especially for a first-time home buyer that doesn't understand most of what's going on in the transaction. We spend a lot of time educating ourselves about what's going on in the transaction. So it's great that you're there to help out, and we have a great title company in GCS Title to go to when we have those questions and to help then insure the properties moving forward. That's GCStitle.com, GCStitle.com. Jessica, thanks. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Jessica Kinsella with GCS Title. Again, that's GCStitle.com. We're going to head out to break here. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk. Give us a call right now at 612-627-8000. That number again is 612-627-8000. Or log on to realestatechalktalk.com. That's realestatechalktalk.com. There you can find your home value or search for properties. Again, that's realestatechalktalk.com. And we'll be right back.